r/AskReddit, what are some professions where you can earn a lot of money, but the barriers to entry aren't that high? Had a friend in the trades, he'd always tell me never to fuck with pipe fitters. Validation technician. Basically a test driver for pharmaceutical equipment, for the most, like freezers, incubators, autoclaves etc. You need basic science skills, high school level, and patience to read and work with bureaucracy. They're in high demand and you can both work with one company without traveling or go around the world. What's the pay like for this position? Sounds interesting enough. My ex was a UA journeyman plumber. Complete dumbass who barely finished high school. He made about $170,000 in 2021. Sounds like he made about $85,000 in 2021. Although the cost might not be high, it does take 4 years of on-the-job experience and around 750 hours of classroom time before you can get your license. No one ever likes this answer, but I make a lot of money on an associate's degree as a nurse. It wasn't easy to get into, but not all that difficult either. After a few years of experience, you pretty much can't throw a rock without hitting a job. Would highly recommend the associate route. I did a BSN at an expensive school and I could have easily gotten the same education and skill set if I got an ADN. Working in a fish cannery in Alaska. It's seasonal, long hours, grueling, exhausting, messy, and stinky. You're wet all day, covered in fish guts and literally falling asleep on your feet. But hey, the pay is good and it builds character. Knife A goes in. Guts A come out. There are lots of them, but often it comes with a trade-off. Catastrophe insurance adjuster. All it takes is get your adjuster's license, 40-hour course, and you can find a job making $75,000 starting out. You can get to 6 figures pretty quickly. However, it does mean that you will be traveling 8 months out of the year, telling families they are not going to get as much money as they had hoped. It's kind of a sucky job. I'm a nurse who recently got into quality improvement side of medicine. I make $100K/year. My former assistant manager's husband, like me, was out on his ass when everything went to hell in 2008. In 2013 I became a nurse and he became a lineman. Today he's a supervisor who doesn't get out of the truck and knocks down close to $200K/year. Don't get me wrong, the hours suck and you're called to work in the middle of the night. Just like nursing. Operator at a chemical plant/refinery/LNG. Experience helps, or military history, but it's not required. We have kids here with virtually nothing but an associate's degree in process technology. I made $120,000 my first year. Second this, people make $200,000 but you've got to be willing to work the OT and be prepared for shift work. Loved it before I got a family, now it's tough being away from them that much. Lots of trades, electrician, plumber, steel worker, etc., have low barriers in terms of academic qualifications and therefore no need to invest in a $100,000 degree. However, they do require trade school and lengthy apprentices, especially for union-based positions. The good news is I won't be taking over these hands-on positions. If you can't handle negativity, the trades aren't for you. Most toxic job path for men unfortunately. Kitchen designer. Literally no bar of entry other than finding someone who will hire and train you. I make over $100K a year without much toto and I really love my job. I just started about a year ago, work at a hardware store and one day my manager asked me if I wanted to do kitchens. Reps are constantly telling me they know so many places that are desperate for designers. I'm hoping that with enough experience I can get to the 100K point. Hell I'd be happy with 70 LOL. Paralegal if you work for the right kind of attorney/law firm. Here you don't need any certifications. My wife pays her paralegals $120K/year each. They work hard as fuck though, they deserve it. A lot of people are saying various trades, but those aren't as easy to get into as people like to claim, especially if you don't know people in that trade before you start. Do you ever get to tell them they are going to get more than they expected? My partner learned all the skills for his current trade job in the Navy, but likely would not recommend anyone join the Navy LOL. Most jobs in insurance. A lot of money means different things to different people. Sales. If you have the gift and know the product you can do very well. Union construction. The only requirement to entry is a failed piss test and/or previous felony conviction. I worked as an engineer for industrial construction and found that a lot of skilled union workers made double my salary. What if you don't have a felony conviction? Can confirm. Union Sparky here. Will make $63/hour by the time I'm through training. Great healthcare, pension, and work-life balance. Never pictured myself doing this, but I can't imagine doing anything else now. I love my job. Deleted. And I told you to get back out there today, baby. Before it's too late, railroad conductors. Half these people couldn't graduate high school if their life depended on it nowadays, but make 120K. Engineers even more for not doing a thing but forward and reverse. Crane operator. Found a decent company in the oil field and they paid for all of my training/licensing. I only had to pass a drug test. Low voltage has a huge shortage, and many people train cable pullers without any experience. Welder. Welders are in such high demand right now. All the construction guys I talk to are looking for ways to do mechanical connections because they can't throw enough money at welders to get them to stick around. And no, I am not talking about 40 hours a week at minimum wage, I am talking 50 hours a week. And I grew up with that idiot. There is no way he is worth that much money per hour. 1.5 after 40 and 2.0 on Sunday. Insurance broker, estate agent, you have to able to sell though. Sales. Sales can be soul crushing. It takes a certain type of personality to be exceedingly successful in sales. Alaska crab fisherman. The barrier to entry is low, so is the barrier between you and the great beyond. No crab season lasts 2 winters because of climate change. Trade jobs and mining jobs. M. Maximum. I. Income. N. No. E. Education. R. Required. My son is considering a bachelor's degree as a mining engineer. The college has 100% job placement at graduation with an average starting salary around $90,000. Some of the companies are even offering signing bonuses and student loan payoffs. Crane operator is good money, but it can be stressful. You need to know your shit or expensive shit breaks and people get hurt or killed. You need to be willing to tell the boss that something is too dangerous and you're not doing it until it is replaced. And reasonably fit. High school diploma or get a job as a freight train conductor. I looked this up the other day. It posted starting pay at $17 an hour, not exactly great. Definitely sales. If you're willing to take a risk on getting paid commission with a low salary, you're not that big of a risk for the company and they'll take a chance on hiring you. If you don't produce, they don't pay you. But if you're good and have a good comp plan, you can make a shit ton of money. And if you can talk your way into a sales job, you can talk people into buying from you. Most of the time they already want what you're selling. Prostitute or politician. Same thing, but actual prostitutes serve a purpose. Scrub Daddy has a good TikTok channel dedicated to risks and benefits of the roofing industry. Weird side hustle for a sponge. I knew some folks in tech sales who didn't even have a college degree. A good attitude and strong work ethic can take you far, and the earning is proportionate to innate ability. I did get a degree in Romance languages but did very well in sales. You do have to start from the bottom, i.e. cold calling, but if you prove yourself you climb higher. It can be a lot of work though, and takes a good interview/resume and cover letting writing skills. It's not for everyone. Mercenaries for ships, just standard military service and you make 5K a month in Europe. IT in general, but federal government IT contracting or civilian employment, specifically. If you have a Security Plus certification and can fog a mirror, you can get a job. Contractors will even sponsor your security clearance. If you're at all willing to get more certs, you're making $100K plus in no time. IT is brutal lately. So is all of tech. Industrial pipe insulator. Can make $100K plus a year with a grade 2 adduction and multiple murder convictions. IT. Computers are cheap, the learning is free, cloud environments for learning are cheap/free, and honestly self-taught people are better at it than folks with a certification or degree. Sales. Show up all the time and on time every time. Give a fuck. Learn interpersonal skills and the angles of emotional connection. Offer solutions. And always do the things you say you'll do. You can make a pile of cash and the work is really easy. It is not that easy. The attrition rate in sales is extremely high for a reason. You also need a small nest egg to hold you over while you are building your client base if you are paid purely on commission. Investment advisor. Pass on test and you're in for life. Which test? Honestly, I'd say the multiple murder convictions is quite a high barrier. Perfect. Are the murder convictions optional? Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.